Hi, Miss Anderson. This is Chris Bechtel, and I just got through reviewing the Abraham Lincoln exhibit inside the library. The exhibit itself is right in the middle of the library. There seem to be lots of students studying and maybe even testing people on computers. I didn't want to distract them. And it's also windy outside, so I'm in my truck so that you can hear me, but you can see the campus behind me. So I did take some notes. I'll need to reference those, but I did learn quite a few things from the exhibit. The first thing was that most agreed that slavery caused the Civil War. I found that was very interesting. Was not aware that slavery itself was one of the major contributors to the Civil War itself, with the North and South colliding on ideas on what their position should be for slavery. I found that very interesting. Also, Lincoln, this was a great fact. Lincoln believed that the nation itself could not survive permanently with a nation comprised of half free and half not free. So, abolishing slavery was important to him, to the core for fundamental principles, but also he felt like it was necessary for the preservation of the United States. I'm not sure on the following, but from the cartoons, it seemed as if Abraham Lincoln might have played down his position for anti-slavery and for the abolishment of slavery itself. Might have played that down a little bit and held on to a split rail identity or a backwoods identity to continue to gain support for his presidency. I think he might have hid a little bit more behind the idea that, hey, I'm just a normal guy who cleared fields and built fences. I'm not somebody who's a revolutionist who's trying to change the way it's always been. So again, if I misinterpreted that, apologize, but that's what I gathered from it. I did a little bit of research on my phone while I was there. So this was interesting. He saw the Emancipation Proclamation not only as concurrent with the ideas and writings of the Declaration of Independence. Not only did he believe that it was the right thing to do, but he also believed it was a wartime strategy for the Union to beat the South. So I found that extremely interesting. Obviously, not everyone agreed with the abolishment of slavery. There was definitely some resentment. One cartoon depicted Abraham Lincoln writing the Emancipation Proclamation with ink from an inkwell that was held up by the devil itself. So that tells us a little bit about people's feelings towards Abraham Lincoln and the thought of abolishing slavery. Also, I found this extremely interesting as well. It says in the exhibit that Abraham Lincoln's first goal, first and foremost, was to garner the enlistment of African American people into the Union Army to help win the war. So obviously, abolishing slavery because it was the right thing to do, and because he supported the idea that all men were created equal. That was a reason, but his first reason was to abolish slavery so that African Americans would actually join the Union Army and win the war. I felt that was extremely interesting. So thank you very much for telling us about this exhibit. I very much enjoyed it, and have a great day. Thanks.